coming up this Friday night. It's Bellator 141 on Spike, 9 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be headlined by Melvin, Guillard, and Brandon Gertz. Scott, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I imagine a very busy period for you. You have a number of cards coming up over the next month. Of course, we've got the Dynamite show. You guys are going to be going to Hidalgo, Texas. It seems it's a very busy time for Bellator, as it probably has been since you've taken the job.
Well, I tell you, it's been a lot of fun, and I spent a lot of work. My staff's working extremely hard, but everybody here is having a good time, and we're doing some great stuff. So we're excited about the card next week and all the future cards that we're putting together, because we got some great fights coming up for the fall.
Now, this Friday's main event, you've got Melvin Guillard competing for the first time with Bellator. Tell us a bit about the decision to go ahead and sign Melvin Guillard. Certainly an extremely talented fighter, one that brings a lot of attention, but one as well that, I mean, coming from the World Series of Fighting, created a lot of headaches with. Tell us why you feel Melvin Guillard is going to be a fit in the Bellator organization.
I'll tell you, when we thought about Melvin, I talked to my guys internally, and we just felt really good about it. I mean, here's a guy that has pretty much branded himself fighting in MMA, and whenever you think of, the fighter with the blonde hairdo, I think of two guys. I think of Melvin Guillard, and I think of Josh Koscheck.
Mm-hmm.
So, this guy is a well-known fighter. He's fought for everybody. But the one thing that I really liked about him is that all his fights are exciting. I've never seen a guy in a boring fight. So I said, you know what, let's take a shot at him and see how it works out. So here we go.
It seems that it's a bit of a pattern amongst a lot of fighters. Some that come to mind for me are Paul Daly, the Diaz brothers, who at times can be very difficult for promoters, but they speak glowingly of Scott Coker. It seems that you do have a certain kind of relationship with a lot of fighters that they don't typically get on the same page with their promoter of choice. But you do. What is the secret, Scott?
Well, you know what? It's not a secret. There's no easy science to it. I try to have a good relationship with a lot of the guys and girls that fight for us. But that's not always the case. And with Melvin, I reached out to him. I said hello. He's looking forward to get back into the cage and fighting. But we try to manage our relationships carefully, and really that's what it comes down to. But at the end of the day, man, these guys are fighters, and they want to fight. They want to earn an income. And they want to move, move their career forward and move closer to fighting for a title, and that's what's really important. But I think that we try to be really respectful of the relationship with all of our guys and girls, and I think that that shows, because, like you said, people like to fight for us and people like to do business with us. So it's a good feeling.
A few quick items here. Of course, this past week, Tamdan McCrory left Bellator and seems to have been upset with the offer he received. What was your side to this, of what went down with Tamdan McCrory?
I had to really reflect on, what the relationship was with Tamdan, and I called the guys, and we never really they had some type of option agreement from the old regime that was still in play. But we never had a contract, and he wanted a certain dollar figure. We didn't think he was worth it, so we passed.
When you and your team sit down, and I think over the next year, there's going to be many of these instances where a name fighter becomes available, and you can't get everybody. But what are maybe the number one, number two most important factors when it comes to a name that you guys are going to go after and what they bring to the Bellator promotion?
I mean, you know what? We're looking for the guys that can move the needle. And that sounds like a cliche, but it's really true. I mean, if you're a ratings deliverer for Spike TV, then we'll probably have a long-lasting relationship. And if you put on exciting fights, and if you really bring it and do something that the hardcore fight fans want to see, then you'll probably be around. But, if you're going to be the lay and pray guy and surfing, and I'm going to just kind of ride this guy out, and then you're probably not going to have a long career here at Bellator. I mean, we want exciting fights. We want fights that the fans are going to want to remember, or the fans will remember, and then we're going to put on the fights that the fans want to see. So, to me, that's really the equation. I mean, can you move the needle? Can you deliver a rating? Can you put butts in seats? Because at the end of the day, that's our business. There's no question or people wondering, well, why are they putting so much into other star fighters in MMA? It's because they're able to deliver on this side. I mean, at the end of the day, we're judged by the ratings that come in every Monday after a fight, and we're judged by the gate attendance and some international deals. So it's a complicated formula, but it's something that to me it's pretty black and white at the end of the day.
And certainly two of those individuals that you cannot argue for one iota are Kimbo Slice and Ken Shamrock. Do you believe Ken's going to fight again, Scott?
I don't know. We haven't talked to him about fighting for us yet. But people talk about him fighting all these different guys. I mean, there's a couple of guys that maybe might be interesting. But I think that if he retired too, that will be okay as well. I mean, he's done everything in MMA. He's a legend. He should be respected in our sport. And whatever he wants to do is really going to be up to him.